Hey, it's Van Ondi, and you're listening to Best Week Ever. This is the podcast where we break down everything that made this week amazing. Big stories, small wins, and those unforgettable moments that made us go, whoa, what a week. Each week, I bring on some incredible guests to chat about what's happening, share their stories, and help us figure out who's absolutely crushing it. And, of course, who's having the worst week ever. Because let's be honest, we all love a little bit of drama. So if you're here for the buzz, the laughs, and maybe a little tea, you're in the right place. New episodes drop every Friday. Follow now, and let's make this your best week ever. Welcome back, guys, to another week of Best Week Ever podcast. I am your host, Van, and this week I'm super excited because I have a new guest. But if you are a fan of reality, you've probably heard her voice, and she's pretty big in our world. She is a comedian. She has performed stand-up since 2003, and she's been working in social media long enough for us to know handles like RuPaul's Drag Race and TV Land. She opened up for Kevin Hart in 2024. She was a part of the Here to Make Friends comedy tour. She has an album called Sorry. It's released in conjunction with Accidental Comedy Productions. Guys, we have the Sue Funke on the house here. How are we today?
Fine, thank you. Thank you so much. I sound so much more impressive than I feel like I am with you reading all that out. Thanks.
Well, you are very impressive, and I think you have some great insight when it comes to reality TV, in my opinion, and I'm super excited to have you on. But before we do dive into worst and best week ever, can you let my listeners know a little bit about yourself and what you have in store for this summer?
Yeah, on May 24th, I am going to be part of the Heated Rivalry comedy show. I am going to be presenting my first ever stand-up doing with PowerPoint. I'm going to do a PowerPoint about the pop culture sensation Heated Rivalry, and could not be more excited. It's the best adult task that I think I've ever gotten as an assignment. I'm so excited, and I've rewatched it for a fifth time and just it's going to be so much fun. And that's in Philly. So look up tickets. That show is touring all over America, and it's super fun.
I'm so excited, and I'm glad that we haven't gotten the fatigue yet of these two men. What do you think of their looks at the Met Gala? I was happy for them to be there. I think it was deservingly so. They've gotten so much attraction from the media and paparazzi and women like you and I who really did enjoy watching Heated Rivalry.
I think, yeah, I have a lot of mixed feelings about the Met Gala this year, brought to you by Amazon. I definitely did not watch it with my enthusiasm, but I saw their outfits and good for them. Show their titties, show their beautiful facades off. I think that they deserve all the accolades and they should be able to show their faces wherever. I mean, as someone who's also got a day job and an entertainment job, great for them. I want to see them at every event possible because they just seem to really be enjoying their fandom and popularity, as they should.
As they should, yeah. I mean, are you excited for season 2? Because I feel like there's been some mixed reviews thinking that the boys are probably too famous now to continue on in the series. What are your thoughts for season 2 of Heated Rivalry?
I mean, I think that that's just going to make them better. I think that it's not going to make it worse. I think that's like being oh, at season 2, Friends went really downhill. I think that, they've gotten more experience. They've gotten more time on camera. They're going to get more work. I think the performance wasn't because they were scrappy. Their performance is because they were good actors.
The chemistry, it was off the walls. One of my favorite parts in the show is just the chemistry of them too. Yeah, you're so right.
For sure. I mean, and also Kip and Scott's. I feel we talk so much about the main guys, but Kip and Scott, that romance is everything. It's a very quick love, and it's so different because he's immediately just move in with me, and let's just bring a U-Haul, stay here. Who cares about your dad? And
it's such a true princess story.
Yeah, it really is. I feel they probably relate to the Kip of it all way more.
I love that. I'm super excited for season 2, and I'm super excited to have you on for your hot takes on who's having the best and worst week in pop culture. We'll start off with worst week ever, honorable mentions. Who's on your list this week?
So my honorable mentions are the cast of The Valley. Just pretty much all of them are like, this show is really like on the show and off the show. I think that Lala Kent, I don't know if you saw that, like, Mauricio basically, like, she said on her podcast that Mauricio slid into her DMs, and Mauricio was like, yeah, like, but it wasn't about that. Like, it was like, maybe we should get coffee sometime to talk about, like, Bravo stuff or something. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't trying to get with her, which makes it so cringe. And then, like, Schwartz having a sex dream about her, also cringe. She's just yeah. And then Katie Maloney also came out and was like, please stop acting like it was one big thing. You're just one big mess. And so, I mean, I used to love Lala's podcast and listen to it all the time, but that last season of VPR really was something that I don't feel like she can really come back from, even if she is on the Valley. It's just too. I don't want to keep using the word cringe, but like I think I've just finally hit a tipping point with Lala, even if she is going to stand up for Mia, like it's too little too late with the way that she's been acting. I don't know how you feel about her.
Actually, I'm right there with you with the cast of The Valley being worst week because for a while now. I mean, it was I kind of predicted that this would happen, that we would lose interest. It's kind of dark. Now Jax being gone, we are really seeing how the men are in the cast with their significant others. Luke threw me by surprise, to be quite honest. Not that I was a Luke fan, but I was like, really, you're gonna be the typical
Yeah.
dude complain. It's just a little too much. I haven't seen last night's episode, but I have seen the clips of Danny just talking down to Nia, and we all have had concern of Danny speaking in this tone anyway.
I
It's
mean,
all just it's what, season 3, right? Season 4? What
yes,
season are
it's
we in?
three, season 3.
Countess in Frenemies, she's a great follow, Nicole, friend of the podcast. She has a great saying of like, give these people at least a good 2 or 3 seasons, and you will see the true selves show up
Yeah.
on television. And it's really gotten to us there. Not that I'm saying Janet looks good, you know what I mean? But Janet is not the villain in this TV show. It is the men and how they treat their wives. And unfortunately, it is some of the women as well because they either enable it or allow it.
Yeah,
And
and I think that Mia's like Miss America upbringing makes her be like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. She's the epitome of trying
yeah.
to hold it together. And I think when you watch this week, you'll see, like, spoiler alert, Danny drinks, and that's why he's horrible to her. And it's like, I just don't think that he can really handle being a human that is kind while having any alcohol in his system. I think that he just becomes a different person. And as much as it's annoying, the term dark sided Danny, it is true. Like, some people get a whole new personality. Like, when I drink, I just become nicer. I'll be like, you know what I love about you? Everything. And I'll just start listing all the things that I think are great about you. I just get like too emotionally like satisfied with the humans that I'm with, I think. But I have the opposite side. I have like Sunshine Sue when I'm drunk. But I do feel for Mia, but I think that she knew what she was getting into.
Sunshine Sue is such a great nickname as an alter ego when you're drunk because Danny Darkside Danny, that's scary.
Yeah.
And he's already scary as is with his facial expressions and his fakeness when he was a cowboy, but
Oh,
it's
that was
super
creepy.
eerie, right? I know a
Yeah.
lot of people were like, "Ew, stop it." But to me, I'm just like, that gave me do I watch too much serial killer
We all do. Yeah.
podcast? Because it 100% went there for me.
No, like there's just something in him that that he has a dark capability of like doing something really like horrible. He just seems like that. And it's a tough thing, and I think that, like, Kristen also you were talking a little bit about Luke, but, like, Kristen, in one way, is really doing a service, I think, for women because her discussions about postpartum are really none that I've really heard, she says this week that, like, everyone talks about your body during pregnancy, no one talks about how, like, horrific you feel afterwards, and I think that that is true because we want our women just to go back to work immediately in this country, and don't wanna, like, talk about the side effects of birthing a human from your body has on you, and I've never had that experience, it terrifies me, but, like, listening to Kristen, even scarier, like and all these men, like, Danny's the same way, they're like, there's just not enough attention on me," and I'm like, "Push a child out of you, and then you can say until then, you don't get to complain." Like, he's mad she's eating
Yeah.
a sandwich. I'm like, "You wanted a 3rd child 4 under 4. Like, what
And
did you
the
expect?"
the audacity for asking another one because you want your son to have a brother. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like, you don't even wanna take care of the 4 that you have. It's
And it's
horrible.
really disturbing how much he's trying to skirt father responsibilities of even just, like, holding the baby for a second, Like, this woman
Putting
has
the
to
baby to sleep, knowing
I
where the
cannot
swaddle is.
imagine having to breastfeed exclusively. You can't even feed breast milk through a bottle. That is not normal, and the fact that everyone's just like, "Oh, like, I can't believe she's bringing the baby everywhere." It's like, 'cause what is she gonna do, let the baby starve? Like, this is horrific to watch this. It's so sad. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think it's, like it's runner up, though, because, like, honorable mention, though, because it's like all of them signed up for this lifestyle. Like, you have to take some
Mm.
accountability.
Yeah, I know it's not our fault as viewers where we're pinpointing the flaws. You know
No.
what I mean? Because you kinda already knew that this was your relationship, and you are signing up for just the criticism,
Yeah.
and it's how they have to receive it. I'm really surprised, though, that Danny and Nia are on this season because there's been rumors since last summer whether they were going to appear in this new season or not, and I don't know, I kinda feel like they could have taken a break, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think that tells me that there's something financially going on. I mean, the move to Santa Clarita and
The
everything, I
twins working.
yeah.
Like,
I
making kids work and not having them go to school is very eyebrow raised.
I just think that I think that's another side of Dark Side Danny that we don't know. I feel like he is spending money on things that are probably not great.
Yeah, and tune in back here, guys, because 'cause we'll probably have the Valley in the worst week ever as the season goes by. My worst week ever honorable mention is obviously James Charles for his backlash for mocking former Spirit Airlines employee at Logan over fundraiser. Spirit Airlines employee working at Logan International Airport in Boston lost her job when the airline shut down suddenly, so she decided to get the viral attention from a high profile social media personality, James Charles. I don't know why she would reach out to him. I feel like he's been pretty rotten and known him to be rotten these last couple years, but to each his own. He went ahead and posted on his stories. He then deleted it. But he went on a rant and said, "Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You've never followed me. Welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day." He went ahead and deleted that. And background about this unemployed employee from Spirit Airlines. She wrote on the online fundraiser listed for $35,000 goal. Like many others in aviation, I showed up every day, worked early mornings, long shifts, and gave everything I had to my job. I never expected to be in a position where I'd need to ask for help. About 17,000 people lost their jobs with Spirit after the low cost airline announced it was going out of business 34 years after ending its operations immediately. And Charles, who has a 40.5 million TikTok follower, immediately came under fire for the video. Very jobless behavior on James Charles' part, said Jackie Aina, a beauty influencer with 3.5 5 million TikTok followers. Go to Solid Network is Malls and Tiff from Trend Lately. They did a live recording where they got to see the Bi Sister with Tati. I don't know if you remember that. It was pretty it's kind of we've come so far. I think it's been 8 years since that whole debacle of Tati and James Charles, but yeah, it looks like James Charles is still the POS internet troll that he is, and I'm glad that people are putting him in his place. I think he lost about 100,000 followers from this video alone, but he said, "I'm truly sorry for what happened, and I'm sending many positive vibes to you," as he wrote in a donation note.
So
What
he
are your
did
thoughts?
donate. I wonder how much. I bet that was undisclosed.
Truly, yeah. No, it doesn't even Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who served time in prison for, killing her, abusive
Mom.
mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, she appeared to have donated $500. She was the one who wrote, "I'm truly sorry for what happened. I'm sending many positive vibes to you," not James Charles, so
Yeah.
that I have to redact that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even say he's sorry. Like, if he is, like, he's talking to his friends and talking shit about this person, being like, "I can't believe that I got in trouble for this." Yeah.
The
Go look.
whole, video was did you see it?
No.
He was in a bathrobe, and I don't know if it's because I just saw Blink twice and I've been reading a lot of Jeffrey Epstein, like,
Oh, no.
blind items. The robe really creeped me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know much about him, but I know he's creepy.
Super creepy. Who's your worst week ever runner-up this week?
Um, the cast of VPR and Real Housewives of Miami, the VPR reboot in Miami, because Bravo's upfronts happened and they neither got any announcements for pickup. And like when I say the VPR cast, let's just be honest, I really just mean Venus because they were the best. But I really feel for us Miami fans. I don't know about you, but I love Real Housewives of Miami. I thought that show was funny and real, and everyone brought actual storylines and stuff to talk about. I think it's what housewives should be, and to not get it is, especially with like Alexia doing crazy things, Marisol just being the human she is. I think,
Lisa getting arrested.
yeah, I think also like just watching last night, Bravo, like Bravo's so white. Like the commercials are super white, like, and like it's just
Sue,
losing.
can we talk about this? Because I was gonna put it on my worst week ever, and I've mentioned this on my podcast literally a year ago, where I
Mhm.
felt like when the McBee dynasty was everybody was raving about it, and then the whole, Amira from Next Gen NYC, I'm covering that on the Patreon. If
Mhm.
I've covered season 1, I'm gonna cover season 2. I just feel like they move so differently when it comes to, like, the transgender community. Bravo, not Andy, just,
Yeah,
like, the headquarters, and now
yeah.
we've had this new head of operations, someone's new in charge, and they said that they're going to move it differently, which means we're getting um, which is gonna be my worst week ever winner, guys, is, Secret Lives and Texas
Oh,
Wives. I'll get into it more deeper, but, like, we're just getting, and Bravo was my gay network. It was where I saw ballet, it's where I saw art, it's where I got an interview of actors behind the studio. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So
Why are we getting these ranchers and pageant like red, white, and blue, what literally we need to see less of. It's like we're appeasing now to the people that brought us into this mess.
I think from like the TV standpoint. No, but, like, from a TV, someone who worked in TV and knows a lot about, like, the research involved, like, Bravo is one of the most affluent networks. The richest people watch Bravo of live viewing audiences. And I think it's just they're talking more to white people because of the inequality of America, and they're just being like, "Let's just super serve this one audience," which I think is just a disservice to all audiences because I mean, I'm glad to see that Married to Medicine is still back and Potomac's still back, and these are great shows, and like especially Married to Medicine. But it's just starting to feel like now that DEI is not mandatory, it's just like let's just be as white as possible and be as offensive as possible. I mean, the fact that the network is so silent about Emmy on Southern Hospitality, and, like,
Yeah.
there's just nothing that's really addressing the blatant racism that they're putting on their airwaves is really starting to make me question my fandom. I mean, I, like you, started watching Bravo when it was ballet inside the Actors Theater, a studio, Brilliant but Canceled. They used to do this thing where, like, that's how I watched Freaks and Geeks for the first time. Like, it was
Yes.
really a celebration of entertainment, and then it became a celebration of, like, crazy reality, and now this, like, celebration of rich whiteness is something that I just don't know if I want, and, like, I think this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is what we're gonna get when you're looking at, like, the Texas wives and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, I don't really want that. That's not what I'm there for.
Yeah, if anything, we appreciated the cast of Southern Hospitality. We appreciate the cast of Vanderpump Rules. The reboot is because not only are we getting Black and brown cultures, we're also getting queer relationship
Mhm.
with TJ and Michaels. I think you would find it kind of in a restaurant setting that is so normal for that to happen, you know? It's that is more relatable. Like, yeah, it's just so upsetting. And then we are getting Charleston Bravo Fan Fest, which is something that I would, as a brown girl myself, Latino woman, would probably stay miles and miles away from actually going. And that right there really shows me, oh, yeah, we are appeasing and letting the people who are taking away rights
Yeah.
join in our party.
Yeah, I think that that's the subtle thing that this is saying, and, like, it's just really unfortunate, and I feel bad for those casts because they don't deserve it. They really were showing up and showing real stories, not like Erica Jane, who, I think that a lot of people got really mad about her in the Dorit fight, but Dorit was blatant when she was saying, "You're not saying anything about," like, she's doing something. Kyle and Erica did nothing this season. They gave us literally no part of themselves except for being mad at Dorit, which, like, that's not a storyline. You wanna be like, everyone in America is mad. Like, I don't need you to be mad at Dorit, you know? Like
No, it's very true. It's super upsetting, and The Real Housewives of Miami not getting rebooted, it really shows that I don't think Andy's in the rooms. I mean, I've said this a couple years ago where, like, we can't really be that I can't be that mad at Andy because I just don't think he has productions on hands on deck as much as he used to in the past. I think he's just vibing right now.
I think he's just enjoying the show that he stole from Kathy Griffin.
Yes,
I
that
said
part, yeah.
it. I mean, Watch What Happens Live is the biggest scam that a network's ever pulled because the ratings are some of the most atrocious. Even before people stopped watching TV live, those live ratings are some of the most atrocious live ratings. They're historically bad. And the fact that it's in like season like 30 is just benoodles.
I know, and Peacock, I will never forgive you for trying to add those episodes on at the end of Real Housewives in my
Yeah.
series when I'm binge watching or just like, that was dirty. Don't
Yeah.
put me in that ranking.
No, and it was literally just because they're desperate to try and do that because he probably has some sort of clause that it, like, has to stay on or something, like, there was rumors a few years ago that he might be leaving, and I just don't think he'll ever leave. I think he'll be there for as long as humanly possible. It's a great gig. I'm sure he gets a lot of money to sit there and play on his phone until the light goes on, And like he says some of the most ridiculous things. The other night I was watching it, he was just like, I like cuck porn. And I was like, no one needed to know that,
I
Andy.
saw that.
No one ever needed to
There
know
was no
that.
content at any format for him to say that out loud. I was just like, is it's the dementia coming? Is he becoming senile? You know? Like, are we seeing it right now, the
Cocaine's a
deterioration?
hell of a drug.
Yes, but yeah, the VPR reboot, I don't know. I would hold out a little bit on that. I know we didn't get any say or rumors of season 2 because it's let's be fucking for real. VPR the reboot is season 2. We're not gonna do season 16 or whatever, like
Yeah.
the Roni. But I don't know. I feel like since they had a reunion, it was
Yeah.
in the clubhouse. I feel
Yeah.
like they had to have some sort of season
I
2 coming out. I don't
I
know.
wonder if
I'm
some of
holding
them
on.
will go to the LVP show that she's doing about her Vegas show. That's the only thing I could think of, is that she'll bring them some of them there. Um But it's just a bummer because I really do I enjoyed it. I know that it was, like, not well loved by all the VPR fans, but it felt like, yes, it was definitely a season 1, but it should have gotten more. I don't know. I thought it was really fun to see that. I was like, "Oh, I wanna follow their mess forever because they were so wonderfully messy."
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like, Shane really got to me where I became a fan of Shane and the and his laugh and everything. I was like, "I love this man." I cannot lie. It's something about him. Well, since we're gonna keep it on Bravo on worst week, I mentioned my worst week ever winner is actually my worst week ever runner up, and it is the trash TV that Texans are speculating on the cast of new San Antonio area Bravo show. My friend Nicole from Countess and Frenemies, please go follow her. I know she's been on a Survivor kick, but it's summertime and she's coming into the Bravo side, especially with Love Island coming. Not everyone is thrilled about Bravo's newly announced Texas based reality series, Secret Lies and Texas Wives. The show revealed on Monday, set in Borny. I think it's called Borny, but it's spelled Born. It's an underrated hill country town where producers promise the same kind of drama that fuels the network's Real Housewives franchise, including intimate relationships and forbidden romances that will test loyalties in marriages. I think they're trying to do a hunting wives version kind
Yeah.
of reality show out of these families. But why is it on my worst week ever runner up? Well, there is a person that is speculated to be casted on this show, and her name is Erin Williams, and she was in Big Brother. And I am not a Big Brother fan
Me
or a
neither.
Big Brother watcher, but I highly recommend listening to Troy and Kelly in Beyond the Blinds. Also, Donnie, who is a Big Brother fan. He is in I Am the Cute One with Chelsea. He was with Noor this week.
Mhm.
Recapping Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And he also mentioned at the end of that episode of just how horrific this woman is, and also changed the way of viewing Big Brother because of the blatant racism this woman just leaked out of her mouth with no shame whatsoever. It is actually really disturbing to see these clips. There are YouTube reels. I don't
Mhm.
feel comfortable putting it on my show notes, but I will tell you guys, it is so easily accessed on YouTube to see this horrific woman's actions on how she treated Black women on Big Brother, saying the N word, saying like you have no class. Just the microaggressions were so loud, and I just couldn't believe the airing of Big Brother standing next to this woman. But CBS is a whole different rodeo. I don't know what they do over there, but I do know what they do here in Bravo, and we don't really are accepted of that. And that is what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, why are we bringing in these harmful, predatory people into
Mhm.
our party when they are the ones who are actively taking away our rights, taking away, and, like, in the same breath, using gender affirming care to filler up
Yes.
Botox, you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
just they are a walking contradicting, and seeing clips of this woman alone made me hate her to my core, and I can only imagine Big Brother fans out there who know how this woman works, and her being in talks of this TV show is really making people like, they're raging, and
We
deservingly
should be
so. She
raging.
received backlash over allegations of racist and homophobic remarks while on the show, and, there's another woman to be casted, Allison McNeely. She's an Instagram influencer with 32,000 followers. Anari, a South African living in New Braunfels. Her recent Instagram posts show her during Casey Musgrave's concert. So we have some names here, but the one that really stuck out to me most, this was like a big eye opener. And I feel like if this is making you angry, we should all together gather and tell Bravo Network that we are good. We don't need this show.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
that was my
mean,
worst week ever.
I
Runner up.
agree.
Sorry.
Also, it's no, don't apologize. That was really good, and I appreciated all the information and back story on that woman. I've never heard of her because I'm not a Big Brother person. But the funniest thing to me was the PR that you were reading. Underrated country town. Is there an overrated one? I mean, are we really like, wow, those hill country towns? They're the best. Like, it sounds like
Totally.
somewhere where you go to get murdered is a hill country town. Like,
And
no
this
offense
just
to all
sucks.
the Hill Country Town people, but
So Nicole is actually from there. She's like Texas born and raised. I think there's my friend Tom Hamlin from Dumpster Dive. He just had Taylor on his show, and they're both from Texas, and they both as well know the background history of Aaron Williams, and they know this town to actually be filled with great people. So we don't actually need to have her there just because she was past contestant on a CBS show. She's not a Bravo network sort of girl. So we just don't, you can keep it.
I think it's also, like, the rage bait of everything, like, they found
Yes.
that the thing that makes us talk is hating people, so they put people on that we hate, but then, like, one of my favorite things about Housewives is watching them get together and have fun. Like, I'm not there for the fights, although I do enjoy a fight every once in a while, like, but, like, I don't wanna be rageful. I'm already rageful all day. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of my rage by the time I watch these shows. I just wanna, like, watch people wear pretty clothing and do silly things, you know? Like, let's get back to Portia not knowing what the Underground Railroad is, you know? Like, stupid stuff, silly stuff that was just funny and, like, you know, just so that I would rather talk about than this stupid Williams woman. Sorry, I'm
Yeah. I will
you
not
know?
be watching Bravo.
No, and I think that, like, one of the ways that you could, like, stop it is be like, "We're not gonna buy these brands that are advertising." That's the way to stop anything is, like, writing in brands and writing into the network, like, they do listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your worst week ever winner this week in pop culture?
This is a family that's been through a ton and had so much pain, and it's George Floyd's family. I feel so horrible. I'm not even gonna mention the name of the comedian who used them as the butt of him as the butt of the joke, but it was in the roast that was on Netflix. I'm not gonna even use that name either because I don't think we should watch it. I don't think we should give any more viewership to it. As a comedian, like, it's funny, like, the adjective a lot of people use for me as a comedian is nice, and it's like, you know, do you wanna be nice as a comedian? No, you wanna be funny or whatever, but I'd rather be nice than punch down and hurt people who have already gone through some of the worst pain in the world, and it's just it wasn't funny, and to bring in that family back into the zeitgeist when, you know, all they're doing is working to try and find, you know, equality. There's a whole charity that they started, and they're working towards making good out of this horrific atrocity, and you're gonna bring up his murder as a joke? Like, this is obviously a white man who's never had any pain in his life and thinks that this is funny, and that's why it's not real comedy to me. Like, comedy is from pain, but it's from your own, it's not from others, and putting someone down like that, and the fact that, like, you see the clip and everyone's just laughing so hard is just really except for Gabrielle Union, who has the face that I think a lot of us would have had hearing
And
that joke.
Regina Hall,
Oh, it was
because
Regina Hall, sorry.
worst week ever, Regina Hall for having to sit through that whole freaking
Yes.
mess.
Yeah. Just sitting there and just being like, "I don't wanna be here." Like, yeah, it was just, you know, I think that to me is I feel bad for them this week the most in the pop culture of all of it because they shouldn't be part of pop culture. This is a real news story that shouldn't have been brought into any of this.
And it really shows the lack of creativism
Yep.
towards writing when it comes to stand-up. I mean, you should know of what
Hmm.
it takes to be creative, of making new jokes, and they were doing tired, outdated jokes. Pete Davidson about not being able to see Leslie really shocked me because I was like, "We're really doing that? In 2026, we're saying, like, 1997 jokes like that? That's not funny." And you're so right for the whole entire crowd to laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I just got off listening to Jimmy Savile three-parter of Last Podcast to the Left. They did a great job. I highly recommend everybody listening to it, and it really is horrible and terrifying to know that someone who was so close to stars' kids had, like, the capabilities of just being an evil, evil person, and I really the laughs in the room
Hmm.
of this guy when he wasn't funny whatsoever, and then to, like, watch this clip of this roast,
Yeah.
and I didn't laugh, but, like, this whole crowd is laughing, really just we're
Yeah.
in the twilight zone, get me out of here, Sue.
Yeah. Yeah. It just that to me was the worst thing of the week in pop culture because I was just like, why are we even telling people this is wrong? This is so blatantly wrong to do.
No, no, that is a great worst week ever winner. My worst week ever winner is the professor who did that AI commencement speech. I don't know if
Oh,
you've read or saw the viral video. UCF graduates boo tone deaf speaker who praised AI as next industrial revolution. I wanna know how much she got paid. I really wanna
yeah.
know how much she got paid to just slip in, because 'cause they're doing that now, guys. They're doing that right now. The University of Central Florida commencement speaker speech praising artificial intelligence was met with thunderous boos from graduates during a ceremony last week, a sign of how some young people dislike the technology's encroachment into the workforce. Gloria Cloughfield, who is an executive from Tavistock Development Company, spoke to graduates of College of Arts, Humanity, and School of Communication on May 8th. And then she said, "What happened? Okay, I struck a chord, I guess." And while people were getting all the booze, and yeah, it was just full of word salad, empty platitudes, and really had nothing to do with the speech. But yeah, a 22-year-old graduate with a major in digital media and minor in computer science was booing as well. Just what are your thoughts about this? It really does show how the upper like what do you even say, like the man like the people in charge are so out of touch. The audacity of you coming to where graduates don't know if their degree is going to be even viable in a year or so because of AI. So what the fuck are you saying in this speech? What are your thoughts?
I think that there's a level of AI psychosis that isn't discussed enough where I think there's this the early adapters of a certain generation and a certain echelon of like pay are just so like, this is the best thing ever. This is so good. This is so great. And everyone loves it. And it's like this vacuum that they're all in that they don't realize the ramifications, nor do they care. I think that it's basically like, well, you guys can like end up like the fat people in the chairs in Wall-E, like we don't
Mm.
care what happens to you. We don't care what happens, but like this is so exciting for us. And it's just like, no. No, it's not. Like and like the thing is like I work in like technology. I've done social media my whole career pretty much. And it's always evolving. And I do think that there's a lot of things that AI can help us with, but this catch-all, solve-all belief that it's going to make things 10 times better is just ignorant, and it's just letting the robot tell you what to think instead of independent thought. And I think that's what this woman shows is like it's not just like, oh, this woman's bad because she loves AI. I think it's like she obviously doesn't have any independent thought, because if she had any, she would have processed that like or empathy, like, oh, hey, this might be not great for other people to hear.
Yeah, no, just the cheers and applause when she said, "Only a few years ago, AI was not a factor in our lives." And it's like, yeah, I can't believe you continued talking about it
Yeah.
in this speech when you read the room, lady. This is not the people who want to hear about AI. And you're so right. I think AI has a time and place, but in a graduation speech, like,
No,
no.
no, it's so mean.
It's so mean. You're right. It's so mean. But that was our worst week ever topics. We are now going to talk about our best week ever on who's having the best week in pop culture. Best week ever, honorable mention. I'll go first. And that is Apple Martin, who is becoming a bronze goddess in the summer 2026 Chloe campaign. Now, I know I've gone on this mic before and went off about nepotism and nepo babies, but I've also gone off and said if you can do it correctly, you will be applauded for it, a la Liv Tyler, a la Haley Biebs right now.
Mhm.
But Apple Martin really is one of the actress's famous daughters who has really been on the low. You
Mhm.
know, she has done some runways. She hasn't really been in the limelight on like certain stars, but this marketing took me back to 2005 and it was very niche and I just loved the look. And she is the daughter of Miss Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. But poses for the photographer and morphing into the ultimated bronze goddess for the occasion. She looks great. It looks like she is a pearl, very aquamarine in an oyster. And I'm proud. I'm pretty sure Gwyneth Paltrow is so proud of this spread for the Chloe
Sure.
magazine. But
Yeah.
yeah, that had to be one of my best week ever honorable mentions. Who's on your best week ever honorable mentions in pop culture?
So I have a tie, I hope that's okay.
Yeah, the more the
First,
merrier.
the Clarist at the Clarist on Threads. I don't know if you're a Threads girly, but this woman was like all over Threads this week and has become like kind of the meme of the week. Is they spent $50 to get a cheesecake for their daughter's birthday, and it was the worst cheesecake ever. It was so bad, and they just went online to vent about it, and it just took Threads by storm. And now this woman is getting like press requests from different morning shows and stuff like that. So I just thought that that was really cool. So
I
go to at
have
the
to watch
Claris.
this.
Yeah, it's just really funny because it's just like a whole bunch of stories about like just updates about what happened when she asked the woman for money back and all that. And it's the most pathetic looking cheesecake. And it was just so funny. Like I love when a new Threads show drops, and Threads has become so funny. And like as much as, Meta is definitely tracking us all, but it was a really fun week. And I just love seeing these little Thread stars pop up. And then the tie is with Sierra from Summer House. I mean, I'm if ever a woman deserves to win, I mean, she's gonna be on After Sun. I'm so excited for that. I think she's gonna be so good in that role. And I think her clapback to Jen Fessler, her
Oh my
clapback
god,
to
yes.
TMZ being like, oh, she's still gonna be on Summer House. And she was like, I will never talk to you, not like some of my castmates, which was chef's kiss, absolutely perfect. She's just been doing so good being the right level of petty. And I just love that her and Ariana are in a like commercial now. I just think of all the things that could have come from this mess. She's really made it great.
I mean, just like Paige said, she learned from Lindsay Hubbard. I really do think like Paige and Sierra Miller have great PR right now is because Mother Lindsay is taking care of her girls.
Mhm.
And as much as she's getting a lot of backlash for even keeping in touch with Amanda, that is the role of Mother Hubbard, guys. Let her do her
Yeah.
job. Please leave her alone. She's probably not that close with Amanda right now, especially so with what's going on. But that is her way of working and producing and PRing, and we just need to let Mother Hubbard do her job.
And I mean, she's also having a great week. I don't know if you saw that reunion pic of her in that red dress, but damn, she looks amazing.
Dude, they told her that the color scheme was sage green and pastels, and she came in color red, okay? She was like, "Nope, I beat to my own drum."
See, the thing that I always heard that Lindsay was the one that picked everyone's outfits for the reunion, which was one of the things that I got super excited about. As soon as this scandal hit, all I kept being was like, Sierra's gonna be looking amazing. And like Sierra, I mean, you could literally put her in a bunch of ship ropes and look great, and that's kind of what it is. I mean, I'm sure it's high fashion, it's gorgeous, but like it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted her to be a sparkling Adonis, and but it's still like I thought it was so funny because like Lindsay got the better dress.
Dude, even Sierra can wear what Amanda was wearing to the reunion because that
Well,
was like
she
a
kind of
hosh my
did.
gosh. She did. Yeah, that's true because it's the same designer, guys. It's the same designer from last year's reunion that Sierra used that Amanda is. It's like she wants to be her. I don't know.
And I think there is some sort of low level, like even with that like thing that she said the other week where she'd be like, I'd murder West if Sierra told me to. Like, I think there's something that Amanda, I don't think has a strong sense of self, even when we see her whole arc throughout the show of coming on and how she was here. I mean, I wasn't a season one, day one watcher of Summer House, and I went back and watched it even before this whole scandal because I was like, oh, let me like get more of the
Same.
nuance of it. And like I've hopped around seasons. Like the first time she shows up, she's naked. Like, and like do you, everyone's allowed to show up wherever, but I do think it says something when you like show up as like at your ex-boyfriend's house to be naked on film. I think that tells us a little bit more about her psychology. And I think that's also why Lindsay is friends with her. Cause like even if she did all the things that she's done and I was friends with Amanda, I'd probably still check in on her because I do think, she's a few fries short of a happy meal with life, you know?
Yeah, and moving on to my best week ever runner up is Sierra because the mess, it was perfect mess because it's slight she literally didn't really do much to cause the mess because as we all saw Jess Fessler, why it's not Jess Fessler,
Jen.
Jen Fessler from Real Housewives of New Jersey, not even a housewife, she is a friend of, was clout chasing each kind of podcast, Bravo network, just really trying to put her bare fingers, trying to hold tightly to Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're not even too sure if she's casted in the new Real Housewives of New Jersey. We just know that DeLolo, Melissa, and Teresa will be part of it. But she has been pretty much wherever anybody will invite her, she'll be opening her mouth on how she feels about the Wes Wilson, Sierra, and Amanda of it all. And she's all Wes Wilson, Team Wes Wilson. Well, guess what? If you're going to do that, I am highly going to do what Sierra did.
Ah,
And that is just replying to some tweets. And
yep,
that's exactly what she did. It's not like she told her Instagram followers exactly the tea. She just replied saying, yeah, well, she fucked him too. And
yep.
the evidence is so clear. And Bravo investigators, you already know they do such a great job on
They're so
finding
good.
things.
Yeah.
And Bravo guys, because you do some work for me when you do that. And it was just great tea with the cartwheel saying like, well, I'm off because I spread this little tidbit of news that really was out there because it was out there on Watch What Happens Live, very subtle tones of Wes and Jen. I mean, there was videos of them together, the podcast guesting of her just staring him down like he's meat. I'm sorry, Jen, but like you saying that you have a lawyer husband and you're threatening Sierra to shut her mouth really does not give you a good, innocent look.
Yeah.
And Sierra Miller is the winner of this whole entire thing. She's been killing it on threads, she's been killing it on posting. And that's what I'm saying. She has Ariana Madix and Lindsay Hubbard on her side when it comes to knowing how to move in. Because as weird as it is, Sierra Miller is having some backlash for
Why?
what yeah, why, guys? I don't
Leave
understand.
her
I need
alone.
you
She's
to think
already had
inward.
to be with a horrible, horrible loser.
Truly. And in the words of Paige, he did you a favor. I'm so
Yes.
glad that this all I mean, like, I'm sad that it had to be revealed this way, but I'm also
Mhm.
glad that you're off this man's dick train because
Yes. Yeah.
the way she was so happy this past episode
I
just to be,
know.
like, back like, she's like, "We're back at it again." And
Yeah.
he's all cringed out by it. I'm just like, "No, Sierra, he doesn't even wanna be friends with you." Like, that is
No,
so
he wants
obvious.
redemption from you. He wants
Yes.
people not to think that he's a bad guy, and, like, in this whole thing, I think that Amanda, like I said, has some issues, but I think West is horrible. I think that he is the epitome, the poster child of fuckboy, and he doesn't want that on him, but he keeps acting like it. And, like, just take it all away from him because he doesn't
Yeah.
deserve it, you know, like, because the thing is, like, I would rather him be like, "I am a fuckboy. I am horrible. This is
Mm.
how I treat women." But he's like the little, like, "No, I'm a bad boy. I didn't mean to." Like, he just hides behind this little boy facade, and, like, he's just such a poser.
Such a
Like,
pose and you know what? I think that's why I loved Shane from Vanderpump Rules because he was like, "Yeah,
mhm.
this
Yes,
is this
exactly.
is what I do, like, I love women." Like, at least give
Yeah.
me that,
Yep.
so I know that that's what you give off instead of this facade of just, like, you being a bro. The
Yep.
comment towards Dara, Dara,
Same.
I love how you just, like, picked that up and was
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna give you a broy back answer."
Yep.
Um, yeah, I was glad to see KJ in the thread saying, like, "Bro code. My bros would never do that."
Protect baby KJ at all costs. I feel
I
so bad
know.
for him.
I
Sweet baby
know.
KJ, reading that
I
text,
just wanna
being
burp
called
him.
articulate. Oh, as soon as he said, "You were so articulate," I
Mm.
was like, burn him.
The
Burn him like
whole
like
the whole Watch What Happens live set was like, "Ooh," with
yeah,
that word.
yeah,
We all know that's a
rude.
microaggression word.
Yeah. It's such a dog whistle of like, "Look at you speaking good." Like, "Shut
I
up, you
know.
can barely form a sentence, West. That probably took you ChatGPT in a week."
Yeah.
Like, to that
But I
write that
can't wait
horrible text.
horrible text. But I cannot wait to see Sierra Miller's fits with Teppy. You guys already know how much I love my Colombiana queen, Teppy, from TikTok on Hello Teppy. And I am so excited for the summer fits because we all saw what Maura Higgin wears. We see
Yep,
what Ariana Maddox wearing. I cannot wait to see what
it's gonna be
Sierra's going to pull
gorgeous.
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hair and everything.
yep. It's gonna be so exciting. Like, that's really the main reason I watch any of Love Island is the outfits.
Yeah.
Like, the people are horrific, but the outfits
I know. I'm there for the hosts and
Yeah,
panelists. Like, that's
yep.
it. Because the fandom scares me too. Um, who is your best week ever, runner up this week?
Scrubs fans. I would say people who like Scrubs, and I'm including myself on this, the fact that we got a season 2 in a time where, like, literally nothing's getting greenlit. I don't know if you know a lot, but, like, I have a lot of friends who work in production, and, like, shows that went to pilot are getting shut down that were great shows. Just, like, so many good shows got, like, cut because of budget cuts. But the fact that Scrubs is back is, like, really exciting. I thought they had a great new season, and I think it's gonna be really fun to see them. I think that cast has a great time together. The writing was strong. I wish that they did better by their, like, by the characters of color. Like, I felt like the black characters were a little bit like somebody was just like, "How do I write for a black person?" And they were like, "Be sassy." Like, it was just like, they're like, and the actors who are in those roles are so much better and could do so much more. So I hope, and I'm not talking about like Turk and, the main characters. It's the side characters. I think I would love to see more dimension from them next season, and I'm glad that they got a second season to hopefully
It makes me so happy for Joel Kim Booster. I'm a big fan. I saw him on stand up, like, before he got super big, before the whole, like Shannon thing too.
Yeah.
And I stuck by his side because honestly, when that whole thing struck, I was just like, well, what does she do? We have so much evidence of how horrible she is. What does she do?
Yeah.
But this makes me so excited because I haven't started season 1 of the new reboot, but I
Mhm.
have been wanting to watch it because the fact that everybody came together, that really shows how great of a team
Yep.
of and that show is so popular internationally. It's insane how many marathons in Vietnam of Scrubs I've watched while I was backpacking.
It's so funny. I feel like I've seen it when I've been abroad as well, so that's why I'm like, "Yes, no, it is." It's like The Simpsons, it's just translated all.
Mhm.
I think it's a relatable show. I think, Bill Lawrence makes really good sitcoms. I think he's great at what he does, and I'm excited to get more of those characters back because I do think they've got a lot more story to tell, and I think they did a great job incorporating the interns. So I'm excited for another season.
Ugh, I love that, and please, no AI. My best week ever winner is my girl Dua Lipa, Dua Lipeep,
Mhm.
Dula she's suing Samsung over her use of her image on
Yes,
TV packaging,
yes,
and honestly, I think she's gonna win.
I
This
do
is
too. I think
amazing work
terribly smart.
from Dua Lipa. I mean, the fact that also we got I don't know if it's true, so it's all alleged, but there was like a poo crave, pop crave, whatever they're, always announcing. Gal Gadot said that she hasn't returned to the Met Gala in 7 years because she got cornered by Dua Lipa and her gang of asking her why she's a Zionist, and I was like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
exactly, what did you say, Gal Gadot? But good for you for not going to the Met Gala, I guess.
Yeah. I think also, like, if you have a strong stance, you shouldn't be upset that somebody asks you about your stance.
Thank you. Very
Like,
true.
where's your backup? If you believe in it so much, say it with your whole chest, you
Yeah,
know?
but I am so glad that she is suing Samsung for $15 million over the use of her image, and if you do guys see this image of the box, I would be mad too for
Yeah.
having my face splattered and not having consent of saying that you are going to use my face for your
Mhm.
branding. I love Dua Lipa. I love Callum Turner. I'm excited for that wedding. I know everybody's excited for the Swift and whoever Dum Dum is, but this
Mhm.
wedding is my wedding of the year. And Callum Turner is going to be in a new rom-com as well this summer, so I'll be looking forward to that. But Dua Lipa, she can never you guys heard me say this before. I did laugh at her when she first came out with her new dance moves, but the woman has taken the criticism and has actually worked at getting better, and she is all about learning and growing and paying it forward, and I'm just so appreciative of pop artists that have the streaming and million fans and can still have a good head on their shoulders, and that's why she's my best week ever winner this week.
That also, I wanna be clear, I'm not a Zionist. I believe that if you I'm not I was like, I don't wanna seem like that I'm defending her. I'm just saying if you're gonna go off on anyone, at least have a fucking sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but at least
No,
have a
you're good. We do
be
curse
able to say
here.
why you were so offensive, you know? Um, so then, my best week ever is Lisa Kudrow for the finale of The Comeback. We brought up AI a few times. I think they did a really beautiful job of showing the complexities, showing the issues, showing the real stakes that are, the real cost of it and the real humanity that could be impacted by it. And I think she's just such a talented actress. And then she also called out Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for being fake and phony. And I think that makes her amazing on a Bravo level and on an actress level. So she's the culture princess of the week for me.
So when did she call out Beverly Hills? Because I know she was on Watch What Happens Live. I haven't seen
It was
that yet.
during
It's a
that.
good
Yeah.
episode, right?
Yeah.
It was on that
I
one.
haven't watched the episode, I've only seen that clip, and then Andy being like, "No, that was the production van," like, it was like, 'cause she talks about when Dorit leaves them, and there, like, obviously is another van, but that was the
There
production
was.
van, and they went someplace else, which I do believe, as someone who's worked in production, that probably was full of equipment, there probably wasn't room for them, whatever, but like, it was still kind of a fake season. Like, it wasn't a great season, and if it feels fake, even if it wasn't, I think that makes it worse, you
And
know?
thank you, Lisa, because an A+ celebrity like you who can tell Andy because he's up their fucking buttholes of Beverly Hills, like, he literally does not see he has rose-colored glasses when it comes to that series because he loves the women,
Yes.
he loves Kyle. It's so undeniable that he just loves the luxury part and not the actual
Yep.
stories.
Yep.
And thank you, Lisa, for telling what everyone has been saying for these past 5, I wanna say maybe 7 years about
Yep.
Beverly Hills.
Mhm. So,
And the comeback, I actually, I'm slowly watching it. I got to
savor
the
it.
new season because I did a rewatch, and I was just like, "I'm gonna because it is my happy freaking show. That and
Yeah.
Hacks, I've been, like, slowly,
Mhm.
not binge watching it, saving it for a really nice depressing day when I need to lift me up because Valerie Cherish is like my mom.
Yeah. She's great, and I think they did such a great job making that character have growth so subtly. It wasn't like, "Oh, I learned something and now I'm this." It was just little by little, and the Jane character is used to reflect it, and, I mean, what they did with Jane this season is great. Every character had this beautiful, arc of growth in different directions that was really just, like, powerful and well written and well acted. It was just such a great show, and watching the finale this week, I was like, "Wow, that really made me feel great." I think that they did a really wonderful job at cultural commentary through television.
Yeah, I love Lisa's Kudrow's, like, comedic timing. I feel like she's always been a master when it came to characters, going back to the waitress in Frasier,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
being the twin sister in
Mhm.
Friends. She's just oh, and,
Yeah.
like, the comeback going all the way back to, like, 2005, was it? Or
So, it was, like, right after Friends ended that she started it, which
yeah.
is like, somebody else called her out being like, "You don't even have a career," and it was like, actually, she's been steadily working more than anybody else in that cast.
Yeah,
Like,
Romy and Michelle, she's been in
yep.
so many little movies that it's not even little, they were huge to me growing up, and yeah, she is so perfect, and I'm so glad that she called out Andy on national television. That is such a great best week ever winner, guys. We are going to move on to our favorite song from the early 2000s. And I'm super excited because it is Mr. Brightside by The Killers. The song came out in single form in 2003, but the album was released in May 2004. Can you please let me know where were you when you first heard this song and why is it your favorite from that era?
I was in my college dorm, and I remember just being obsessed with it. It was like a lot of the other music that I was listening to. I was really into, like, indie stuff then. I was into, Modest Mouse and, just bands of that ilk, and my friend was, like, really into indie stuff, and he played it for me, and I thought it was so good, and then I'll never forget, it was the summer of 2005. I was going to the Hamptons with my friends, like, I'm a summer house girly, because I grew up on Long Island, so, like, I went to the Hamptons for the summer. We got a share house, so that we could go to the Bordy Barn, and, we were there, and I was like, "Oh," like, I had the song stuck in my head, and they were like, "We don't know what you're talking about," because it, like, maybe started playing on the radio, but wasn't super popular, and I made them pull over to a Tower Records and buy the CD. It was probably the last CD I ever purchased, and I was just like, "You guys have to hear this song. It is so good." Like, and I
And
was like,
it's such a
"Well,
great
that's great."
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny, what's that song? Jenny Your Star was such a good one. Yeah, there's so many great hits in that album. I remember, I had to paint my room,
Mhm.
and it was, like, the beginning of summer, and MTV played it, and I thought they were from the UK. That's how, like,
Yeah.
cool they were. They were from Las Vegas, guys.
They also sound just like Franz Ferdinand, which was also, like, a big
Yes.
like, it was just, like, that sound is so early aughts. As soon as you were like, "Oh, it has to be early aughts," I was like, "Oh, that is the sound of that, like, era to me," is that, like, male voice that's just super emo. Like, it was
Oh my god,
good.
I was listening to Honest Mistake by The Bravery, and I was like, "Oh my god, this
Yeah.
genre of music was just so, like, at the time, it just hit an itch that needed to be scratched." But yeah, you're so right, that era of music and going to Tower Records, how epic. And it's almost like your friends have to know that moment in little memory as
Yeah.
well too,
They're
because that
they're just
album is amazing.
that was like, everyone had like, my friend I brought it up to my friend, and she was like, "That has to be the last CD that you ever purchased." I was like, "Probably." Like, it was literally like, I was just like, "This is the best song, you have to hear it."
And they still
So
tour, they're still killing it.
oh, yeah. No, they're great live, I've seen them live, they're really fun.
Well, did you know the making of this song was actually, based on a true story where he found his girlfriend. He had a feeling that his girlfriend was cheating on him, and he saw his girlfriend out in the pub that they actually hang out at a lot in Las Vegas, and then that's how he came up with the song, Mr. Brightside, which thank you to the woman who cheated on him because
What a
it
great song.
started it's such a great song, and the music video was, like, my
Yeah,
favorite.
it was really good.
It was very dramatic, and the lead singer is so hot. He's still
Yes,
hot.
he's still
Brandon
hot, he
Flowers.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sue, thank you so much for being on my podcast. I had so much fun, and I
this
can't
was
wait
so
to
much
have you on
fun.
again. I know, I
Yes,
need to have you
please.
on for the summer, VH1, best week ever, guys. Please follow us on Instagram so you guys can keep on tabs with that. Can you please let my listeners know where they can follow you or if you have anything cool to plug in?
You can follow me on all social media platforms, the Sue Funk. All those words have E at the end of them. Funke is my last name. Please go buy my album or stream my album, Congratulatory. It's not music, it's stand up. It's a live recording of a set at QED Astoria that I did, and it's a really personal album, and I'm really proud of all the jokes, and I would love people to hear it and share it because we all need laughter. Laughter will save us through these dark times.
Yes, and the correct type of laughter too, because you're so creative, and I'm so thankful that I got to meet you and you got to be on my episode, and we will be having you back on for sure. And guys, if you would love to support the podcast, please rate and review the podcast. It helps us grow. And also, if you have a friend that loves pop culture, please send them this episode. They're going to thank you for it. As always, I hope you guys are having a best week ever. Bye.
Bye.